Hello friends! In today's video we're exploring four of the most valuable and highly sought-after United States coins: the rare Susan B. Anthony dollar, the mysterious Sacagawea dollar, the classic Liberty standing quarter dollar, and the powerful Washington quarter dollar. Each of these coins has a unique features and incredible market value. They can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Let's get started. First up, we're exploring one of the most shocking and ultra-rare treasures in United States coin history: the 1979 Denver Mint Susan B. Anthony dollar. But not just any example. This video focuses on a piece found in very dirty, heavily circulated condition that still carries surprising collector value. Many people believe that dirty or worn coins are worthless, but today you'll discover why this particular coin has become one of the most hunted modern dollars in American numismatics. Stay with me until the end, because this coin may still be hiding in loose change, coin jars, or even forgotten bank rolls. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was part of a short-lived series introduced by the U.S. Mint to replace the unpopular Eisenhower dollar. 1979 was the very first year of issue for the new small-sized dollar coin, designed to reduce production costs and increase circulation. But what history records as a modernization effort quickly turned into controversy. People confused this coin with a quarter due to its similar size and color, making it unpopular in commerce. Even though the Denver Mint produced over 288 million coins, most circulated heavily and were quickly dismissed as insignificant. That is exactly why surviving examples today, especially rare unclassified die varieties and mint state survivors, have soared in value. The coin features a powerful portrait of Susan B. Anthony on the obverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, honoring the first woman in U.S. history to appear on circulating coinage. Surrounding her portrait are 13 stars, the word Liberty, the date 1979, and the D mint mark from Denver. On the reverse, we see the iconic Apollo 11 lunar landing eagle design, originally used on the Eisenhower dollar. It shows an eagle landing on the moon holding an olive branch, with Earth in the background and 13 stars symbolizing the original colonies. While these design elements seem standard, specialists have discovered small diagnostic features, die clashes, and planchet anomalies that make certain 1979 SBA dollars extremely valuable today. Rarity is not always about low mintage. Sometimes it comes from survival rates and unique varieties. While millions were minted, very few 1979 coins have survived in clean, problem-free condition. Even fewer have exceptional strikes with full details and no mechanical doubling. A large number of coins from this year were struck using worn dies and rushed production quality, which resulted in weak details, planchet flaws, and grease-filled dies. That means collectors today aggressively seek coins with strong rim details, bold strikes, and clean surfaces. Collector demand for the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has surged in the last decade, especially among modern-era specialists and registry collectors. This coin stands out in the SBA series because 1979 was the first year of issue, making it historically significant. It is also one of the few modern U.S. coins associated with a major push for women's representation in government currency. As demand for U.S. typesets and affordable modern rarities has grown, so has interest in early SBA dollars. The Denver issue, specifically, draws more attention because it has more die variations and circulation anomalies than coins from the Philadelphia or San Francisco mints. Now let's talk about market value. A dirty, heavily circulated 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar can still sell for $1,000 to $2,000 if it has no damage beyond normal wear, simply because of collector interest. However, uncirculated examples can bring $4,000 to $5,000 depending on eye appeal. Certified high-grade examples graded MS65 by PCGS or NGC can fetch $6,000 to $7,000, while MS-66 examples soar between $8,000 and $9,000. MS-67 coins, which are extremely scarce due to weak strike quality, have sold for $10,000 to $10,500 in recent auctions. Rare error varieties, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or major die cuts, can sell for $12,000 to over $15,000, even when dirty or heavily circulated. For collectors who want to hunt this valuable coin, pay attention to condition, strike quality, and any signs of mint errors. Dirty coins should never be cleaned because cleaning permanently destroys collector value. Instead, look closely for die cracks, misaligned strikes, or doubling in the lettering. The 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar remains one of the most misunderstood but surprisingly valuable modern dollar coins. Even in very dirty circulated condition, it carries strong demand because of its first-year status, die variations, historical relevance, and growing collector interest. If you come across one, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. You may be holding a rare variety worth far more than face value. Stay tuned, because up next we will explore another ultra-rare US dollar coin that has shocked collectors with unexpected value. You do not want to miss it. And secondly, we're talking about one of the most sought-after and expensive modern dollar coins ever struck, the year 2000 Sacagawea dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark, in a very dirty and impaired condition. When the Sacagawea dollar was first released in the year 2000, it was met with tremendous public fanfare and anticipation. This was the first new dollar coin since the Susan B. Anthony, and its golden color and new design sparked a collecting frenzy. Millions of people began hoarding these coins straight from bank rolls, hoping they would become instant treasures. What makes this specific coin so incredibly collectible, however, is not its pristine state, but rather a perfect storm of minting errors and subsequent circulation that created a legendary variety known as the Cheerios dollar. While not all 2000 P dollars are the Cheerios variety, the association and the sheer mystery of which coins might be the valuable ones have cemented the 2000 P issue as the key date of the entire series, a coin that every collector of modern currency desperately wants to own. The historical context of this coin's minting is crucial to understanding its significance. In a unique promotional effort, General Mills partnered with the U.S. Mint to place millions of the New Year 2000 Sacagawea dollars into boxes of Cheerios cereal in early 2000. This was a brilliant marketing move to introduce the coin to the public. However, the dollars placed in those first boxes were struck from entirely different and much sharper master hubs than the regular circulation strikes that would follow. These special coins featured enhanced details in the eagle's tail feathers on the reverse, a characteristic of the famed Cheerios dollar. The Philadelphia Mint produced the vast majority of the business strike dollars that year, but this initial subgroup, along with the subsequent regular strikes that were immediately pulled from circulation by collectors, created a fascinating numismatic puzzle and a clear dividing line between the common and the ultra-rare. The design of the Sacagawea dollar is a beautiful departure from traditional American coinage. The obverse, designed by artist Glenna Goodacre, features a striking portrait of Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition, with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, nestled on her back. The portrait is filled with life and detail, from the strands of her hair to the texture of her clothing. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers, initially depicted a soaring eagle in flight, which was a symbol of peace and freedom, rather than a heraldic eagle. This reverse is key to identifying the valuable Cheerios variety, but even the standard reverse on a regular 2000 P dollar is highly sought after. Now, let's talk about rarity and survival, which is where this story gets truly compelling. While the U.S. Mint reported striking over $1 billion Sacagawea dollars in the year 2000, the vast majority of these were from the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia mintages were substantially lower for the general circulation coins that actually entered commerce. More importantly, because the public was so actively pulling these coins from circulation, finding a 2000 P dollar that actually saw significant use is incredibly difficult. Most surviving examples are in mint state condition, saved by collectors. This means that a coin like the one we are discussing today, a very dirty, heavily circulated, and impaired 2000 P dollar, is an extreme anomaly. Its condition tells a story of being one of the very few that escaped the hands of collectors and was actually used as money, making it rare in its own right, while the constant hunt for the elusive Cheerios variety among all 2000 P coins drives demand for any and all examples to astronomical heights. Within the entire Sacagawea dollar series, which now includes numerous reverse designs, the 2000 P issue stands alone as the undisputed king. Its status is similar to that of a key date wheat penny, like the 1909 SVDB, a common coin in most years but an absolute legend in one specific issue. Collector demand for this coin is insatiable. Every collector assembling a complete date and mint mark set of Sacagawea dollars immediately hits a brick wall with the 2000 P. They quickly discover that, while all other dates can be acquired for face value or a small premium, the 2000 P commands a significant price, even in the lowest of grades. So, what is the current market value for this very dirty and heavily worn 2000 P Sacagawea dollar in today's market? For a standard, non-Cheerios variety example in a grade like Good 4, which would be very worn and dirty much like the one we are showing, you are looking at a current retail value ranging from $150 to over $250. If by some miracle this dirty coin were to be identified as a genuine Cheerios dollar, the value would skyrocket into the thousands of dollars, even in a low grade. The market for these coins is very strong and has shown consistent appreciation over the years. For a regular 2000 P in mint state condition, prices can range from $35 to over $100, but the circulated, impaired examples are fascinating for their sheer survival and still command impressive premiums, a true testament to their numismatic importance. For collectors hopping to find one of these treasures, the strategy must be meticulous. First and foremost, you must focus on condition and authentication. If you find a 2000 P dollar, carefully examine the reverse. If the eagle's tail feathers are sharply defined with fine, distinct lines, you may have a Cheerios dollar and should immediately send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for attribution and grading. For regular 2000 P dollars, the value is directly tied to its state of preservation. A mint state coin with full original luster and no contact marks is the goal. Where to look is the real question. You will not find these in circulation today. The year 2000 Philadelphia Mint Sacagawea dollar is a modern numismatic classic. Its importance cannot be overstated. It is the key date that defines an entire series. Its rarity in any circulated condition is genuine, and its appeal spans from brand-new collectors just learning about the series to seasoned veterans who understand its pivotal role in U.S. coinage history. This coin represents a unique moment in time, a blend of massive public interest and subtle minting variations that created a legend. Owning one, even in a very dirty and impaired state like this, is to own a crucial piece of American monetary history, a tangible reminder of the turn of the millennium, and a coin that continues to captivate and challenge collectors more than 2 decades later. And thirdly, we are exploring one of the most historically powerful and financially valuable coins in United States history, the ultra-rare 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter with the Denver D Mint mark, stars below eagle reverse type, a legendary coin that collectors hunt for aggressively, especially in any surviving condition, even very dirty or heavily circulated. If you are a serious collector, investor, treasure hunter, or simply someone curious about rare coins worth serious money, this video will give you everything you need to know about this extraordinary piece of early American silver history. The Standing Liberty Quarter series was minted from 1916 to 1930, and it holds a special place in numismatic history due to its patriotic symbolism and artistic design. But the 1919 D from the Denver Mint stands apart as one of the most difficult dates to find, and in uncleaned original condition, it becomes even more desirable to professional coin graders and collectors. This coin was minted during a time when the United States was recovering from World War I, navigating industrial expansion, and entering a new social era. Mintages from this period were low, survival rates were lower, and circulation was heavy. That makes the 1919 D Standing Liberty Quarter one of the key date coins in the series and one of the lowest surviving mintages from Denver. Today, it is a serious investment coin and a centerpiece of many high-value collections. The design of this coin is truly a work of classical American art. The obverse features Lady Liberty standing in a defensive pose, holding an olive branch in her left hand to represent peace, and a shield in her right hand to symbolize national defense. She stands between two columns, framed by 13 stars representing the original colonies. The Denver Mint Mark D can be found on the obverse just to the left of the date, and on many examples, the date has worn down due to the high placement on the die. The reverse highlights the American eagle in full flight, positioned above the inscription, United States of America, and EPLURIBUS UNUM. What makes this specific early variety extraordinary is the 3 stars placed directly below the eagle. This design feature was changed in later years, which makes the stars below eagle reverse even more significant from a collector's standpoint. Rarity plays the largest role in the value of the 1919 D Standing Liberty Quarter. Only 1,944,000 pieces were minted at the Denver Mint, but survival estimates show that less than 10,000 may exist today in any condition. Very few were saved by collectors in the early 1900s, and most went into circulation where they suffered heavy wear. The problem was worse because many examples had weak strikes from worn dies, and the soft silver composition made high-grade survival nearly impossible. Today, most known examples are found in very dirty, worn, or heavily circulated condition, making even low-grade finds extremely valuable. High-grade examples are considered elite-level rarity. Collector demand for this coin is powerful because the Standing Liberty Quarter series has a dedicated following similar to Morgan dollars, Mercury dimes, and Indian head cents. But the 1919 D is a top 5 key date in the entire series, and advanced collectors know that completing a high-quality Standing Liberty Quarter set is nearly impossible without this date. The stars below eagle variety adds additional historical prestige, making it a must-have acquisition. When coins cross that line from collectible into legendary status, it is usually due to low survival, historical beauty, and nationwide collector demand. And this coin checks all 3 boxes. Now let's get into what matters most: value. The 1919 D Standing Liberty Quarter is one of those coins that can sell for big money even in very dirty, low-grade condition. A coin graded good G4 by PCGS or NGC can sell for $175 to $300. In very good VG8, price jumps to $350 to $500, and in fine F12, the value reaches $700 to $1,200. Coins in very fine VF20 condition can bring $2,000 to $3,500, and extremely fine EF-XF40 examples can demand $5,000 to $8,000. In AU50, this coin can reach $10,000 and in true mint state, MS60 to MS65, This coin can break auction records. One specimen sold for over $50,000 in a heritage auction. Truly elite full-head examples graded FH designation can cross $80,000 to $100,000 or more. That is why this key date quarter is regarded as a serious investment coin. If you want to hunt or buy a 1919D Standing Liberty quarter, here are some smart strategies. First, always check junk silver piles, inherited collections, and old coin albums. Many people do not realize how valuable this specific date is. Leave coins dirty and uncleaned unless you are a professional, because cleaning destroys value. Look for readable dates, natural tunning, and undamaged rims. Always consider professional grading from PCGS or NGC if the coin is in solid collector condition. You can find this coin through estate sales, antique shops, online auctions, and coin shows, but always confirm authenticity because this coin is sometimes counterfeited. Beyond its monetary value and rarity, the 1919D Standing Liberty quarter also represents a turning point in early 20th century American coinage, making it especially appealing to historians and serious numismatists who appreciate coins for more than their price tag. This coin tells the story of a nation in transition. America had just emerged from World War I and was stepping onto the world stage as a growing industrial power. The Standing Liberty design, created by sculptor Herman A. McNeil, was intended to symbolize peace balanced with military strength, capturing the national mindset of the era. The Denver Mint struggled that year with low-quality planchets, worn dies, and inconsistent striking pressure, which is why so many examples show weak or flat details across Liberty's shield, gown, and the eagle's wings. These technical flaws, while unintentional, now contribute to the appeal of the 1919D because they reflect the real conditions under which early silver coins were produced. Even coins in very dirty or aged condition become historical artifacts rather than just collectibles. The 1919D Standing Liberty quarter, stars below eagle reverse, is one of the most compelling coins in American numismatics. It is rare, visually stunning, historically meaningful, and financially valuable. Its survival rate is incredibly low, and collector demand continues to climb year after year. Whether you are building a serious coin portfolio or just learning about rare silver coins, this is one of the most iconic pieces to know about and search for. Stay locked in, because up next, we are moving to another ultra-valuable United States coin that collectors are scrambling to find, so don't miss it. And at the end, we're deep dive into the world of incredible numismatic treasures. Today, we are examining a coin that, on its surface, seems entirely ordinary, a common late 20th century quarter, but this specific piece holds a secret that makes it one of the most valuable and sought-after Washington quarters in existence. Our subject is the 1984 P. Washington quarter, a coin that most people would simply spend without a second glance. Its immense value and collectability do not stem from a dramatic minting error like a double die, but from a far more subtle and challenging characteristic, its condition. We are not talking about a pristine gem-state coin, quite the opposite. The king of the 1984 P quarters is found in a very dirty, heavily marked, and low-grade state, specifically those graded as FS 101, or what is known as the Spitting Eagle variety. This particular die variety features a striking anomaly on the reverse that creates a small, beak-like projection from the eagle's mouth, a tiny detail that creates a monumental price difference. To understand the context, we must look back at the state of the United States Mint in the early 1980s. By 1984, the Mint was producing billions of coins annually to meet circulation demands. The Philadelphia Mint, signified by the P mint mark, was churning out Washington quarters in enormous numbers. The dies used for stamping these coins were changed frequently due to wear, and it was during this process of die deterioration and polishing that the Spitting Eagle variety was born. It was not an intentional design element but a serendipitous flaw, a small lump of metal that was polished into a specific shape on the die, which then transferred onto the coins it struck. In a year of mass production, these varieties are like finding a specific needle in a stack of needles. The design itself is the familiar John Flanagan motif that had been in use since 1932. The obverse features the dignified profile of George Washington facing left, with the word Liberty above and the motto In God We Trust to the left. The date 1984 sits below his neck. The reverse depicts a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath. The inscriptions include United States of America, EPLURIBUSUNUM, and $quarter. The unique feature, the spitting eagle, is found on the reverse, where a small, distinct line extends from the eagle's beak, giving the appearance that the eagle is spitting. This feature is delicate and can be easily worn away or obscured by heavy contact marks and the very dirty surfaces that are ironically required for the highest valuations. When we discuss the rarity and survival of this coin, the narrative becomes fascinatingly counterintuitive. While millions of 1984 P quarters were struck, and many still exist, the population of coins that possess the full, sharp, spitting eagle detail and are in a very dirty, low-state condition is astonishingly small. The premium for this variety is almost exclusively for coins graded between good 4 and fine 15 by professional services like PCGS or NGC, but with a critical caveat: they must be designated as FS 101. Coins that have been cleaned, are too high grade, or do not clearly show the feature are essentially worth their face value. The survival of a coin in this specific, low-grade, uncleaned, and very dirty state with the variety fully evident is what constitutes its profound rarity. In the realm of the Washington Quarter series, this coin stands out as a true condition rarity king. For most modern collectors, the pursuit is about high-grade, brilliant, uncirculated specimens. The 1984 P spitting eagle turns that entire concept on its head. Its immense value lies in its circulated, heavily handled, and commercially used appearance. This creates a unique challenge and a thrilling hunt for series specialists who must sift through rolls and bags of common 1984 P quarters, not looking for shiny pieces, but for the dirtiest, most worn examples that still show that tiny, spitting line from the eagle's beak. It is a variety that demands a keen eye and a deep appreciation for the quirks of die varieties. Now let's talk about the numbers, because this is where the story gets truly compelling for collectors and investors alike. A typical, worn 1984 P quarter is worth 25 cents. However, a confirmed 1984 P Washington quarter graded, for example, good 4 by PCGS or NGC with the FS1, a 1 spitting eagle designation can command a staggering market value. In today's market, examples in this very low grade and very dirty condition have consistently sold for prices ranging from $5,000 to as high as $10,000 at major auctions. The value is entirely in the combination of the variety and the specific, unadulterated low-grade condition. A coin that has been cleaned or is too high grade loses almost all of this premium, making it one of the most dramatic value swings in all of numismatics based purely on condition and surface preservation. For those of you inspired to hunt for this coin, your strategy must be precise. You must focus exclusively on finding the FS 101 variety, and the key is to look for coins that are very dirty, heavily circulated, and exhibit significant wear, but which have not been cleaned or tampered with in any way. The surfaces should be original and untouched, with the grime of circulation still present. The spit line must be clearly visible and unbroken. Your best chances of finding one are not in proof sets or mint sets, but in searching through old, original Bancroft rolls of quarters from the early 1980s or in accumulations of circulated coinage from that era. If you believe you have found one, It is absolutely imperative to have it certified by a top-tier grading service to both authenticate the variety and confirm the originality of the surfaces. The 1984 P. Spitting Eagle quarter represents a pinnacle of modern variety collecting. It teaches us that value is not always about pristine beauty, but sometimes about a perfect storm of a minor dye variety surviving in the exact right, or exact wrong, conditioned to become a numismatic legend. Its appeal cuts across the hobby, attracting both the series specialist who needs it to complete a top-tier set of Washington quarter varieties, and the new collector who is captivated by the story of a common coin hiding an extraordinary secret. It is a testament to the fact that even in the modern era, there are still coins of immense value waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected of places. And speaking of unexpected discoveries, wait until you see the coin we are covering next time. It is a coin from the classic era, a silver dime with a story so peculiar and a value so high for its date that it will redefine what you thought was possible in your own pocket change hunt. You will not want to miss it.